Welcome to week 3 of mobility plus sweat. Come to the back of your mat in a forward fold and just alternate bending your right and your left knees. Now bend your right, reach your right arm to the sky, twisting from the mid back, and then lower and bend your left knee, left arm to the sky. Take that hand down and slowly walk out into a plank. Make sure that your core is engaged. Think about tightening your transverse abdominis from the bottom up. And then you're going to walk your feet to your hands. Slowly tiptoe, go as far as you can, and then stop. Make sure through this whole workout that you stay within your pain-free range of motion. Go to where feels good to you. Now step back and drop to your knees, and you're going to take your right hand behind your head and then twisting from the thoracic spine, opening up to the right side of the room, and then switch left side. And then walk it out, hips over knees, taking your chest to the ground, opening up your shoulders, and then slither through to a low cobra, bringing your shoulders down and back. Next, we're just going to come to our stomachs and do some shoulder rotations. Coming up into a high Y, you're going to rotate all the way around so that the backs of your hands touch your low back. And then reverse it. Let's do that 2 more times. Okay, on this last time, hold here, and then take your hands under your shoulders, and then just push back to a child's pose. And then push back up to a forward fold, ending this where we started, and then roll up. Okay, I'm going to start the timer. Remember, we're going to do 50 seconds on, 10 seconds to transition to the next thing. I'll offer variations, so hopefully it can be accessible yet worthwhile to the beginner and the advanced.
3,
so come
2,
into a
1,
high
go.
lunge, and you are just tapping the back knee down and then straightening the leg, tapping and straightening. Make sure that front knee is pointing in the same direction as your toes and that your rib cage is stacked over your pelvis. Now we're coming into a little power skip. You can see my modifier in the back. He's just bringing his knee up.
Halfway
Another
there.
option is to just tap that foot in. And then here we go again. 5 more knee taps in that high lunge. And then power skip or high knee or tapping in. Okay, we're going to finish
3,
it up here with
2,
these.
1, rest.
And then shake it out and get ready for the other side. Remember, you're in that wide
3,
lunge.
2, 1,
straight leg
go.
in the back, and you tap the knee. Tap and straighten. You should really feel this in your back hip flexors. Even that quadricep. You may feel a little burn in that front quadricep as you are doing the power skipping.
Halfway there.
Okay, and then power skip or high knee. And we're nearing the
3,
end of this
2,
again. 2 seconds.
1, rest.
Okay, now we're going to take it to the ground. You're going to get into that beast or bear pose
3,
where you hover your knees.
2,
so engage your
1,
core and
go.
hover. Now you're going to shift your hips back and then shoot forward into a plank. Option to add a knee tap, knee to the elbow. So we're just staying here for 50 seconds. Alternate that knee or just go back and forth
Halfway there.
from the hover to the plank. So when you're back in the hover, it's almost like a child's pose, but your knees are off the ground. Coming up on the last 10 seconds.
3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Rest.
Now this next exercise, we're going to set up the same. The first variation is
3,
to just lift
2,
opposite
1,
hand, opposite
go.
foot off the ground. So knees to hover, core engaged. And you can lift your left foot, right hand, and then open up into a crab, and then lift the same foot and turn it back. A more advanced version is to bring your knee to your chest with straight legs and then circle around into a reverse
Halfway
plank.
there.
So knee in, bring it under, lift up, knee up, bring it back under, back to plank. And knee in, bring it under, lift up, lift that same knee, and bring it back. So here again, you can see my modifier. If you are
3,
in
2,
that
1.
beast
rest.
hover, you are just doing the same thing. Okay, we got 10 seconds. Then we're coming to this wide
3,
plie squat,
2,
this sumo
1.
squat.
Go.
So you're gonna push your hips back and lean forward, hinging at the hips, and then raise your torso and squeeze your shoulder blades together. So lean forward and then sit up straight. And when you come back and you squeeze your shoulder blades together and your torso is erect, you can also lift your heels off the ground for an added
Halfway there.
challenge. So we got 20 seconds here. So you're reaching, pushing the hips back, and then bringing them up under you. Ribs stacked over pelvis, squeezing your shoulder blades
3,
together,
2,
and then you reach.
1. Rest.
Okay, shake it out. We're going back into a squat. So not as wide. Feet need to be hips width, maybe a little
3,
bit farther.
2,
And you are just gonna
1.
lower
Go.
and hold. Gonna hold here for 30 seconds, and then we're gonna switch to some jump squats where you're gonna tap the floor between each jump. So at this point, your quadriceps may be burning just a little or a lot. Okay, here we
Halfway
go,
there.
6 seconds, then we're gonna get into that jump squat. Right here, take a hand to the ground and hop. So you can take this hop out, you can just tap the ground and come up. The faster you go, the higher you jump, the more your heart rate is going to rise.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
Okay, now we're gonna take it down into a crab. We're gonna go from a crab to a flip dog. So
2,
lift
1,
up into a
go.
hover and then reach back with your right hand and then lower. Reach back and then lower. Reach back and then lower. And just keep alternating here. Now 27
Halfway
seconds to go.
Three, 2, 1. Rest.
Okay, 10 seconds to come down on your back. Gonna get into a figure 4, right ankle on left
3,
knee. Open up
2,
that knee.
1.
Then you're gonna squeeze
go.
your glutes as you come to a bridge. You're trying to keep your pelvis stable. Don't let it rock from side to side. You're just gonna squeeze and lift. And then we're about to transition into a reverse burpee. So 9 seconds.
Halfway there.
You're gonna make that change. Right here, you're gonna tuck your knees, roll back, and then come up to a jump. Roll and jump. Now when you're rolling, I want engagement in your core. So tighten up to get in that ball and roll, and then jump.
3, 2,
2 seconds to
1,
go.
rest.
Okay, come down, and we're just gonna do the same thing on the other side. So put that left ankle on that right knee and try
3,
to open up
2, 1,
that
go.
left knee. And then you're gonna up and squeeze. Okay, 15 more seconds and we'll go to that reverse burpee.
Halfway there.
And right here, roll back and jump up. Roll back and jump up. 10 seconds to go. If you need to take the roll out, if you need to take the jump out,
3, 2,
do that.
1, rest.
Okay, next we are moving into a forearm plank, and we're going to
3,
move from a forearm
2,
plank to
1,
dolphin.
Go.
So you're going to come to that plank and then lift your hips, pushing your chest through your arms. And then my modifier is going to stay with this version, and I'm going to switch from a full plank, and then I'm just going to drop my elbows into a dolphin. So core tight and engaged.
Halfway there.
And we have just about 15 seconds to go.
Three, 2,
Okay, take
1,
10 seconds
rest.
and we are going into a plank. Your options are to tap your shoulders or
3,
do a plank jack
2,
or put them all
1,
together.
Go.
So you can see I'm showing shoulder taps, and then there's plank jacks, and then there's putting them together. So you alternate shoulder taps as you jack. And
Halfway
27
there.
seconds.
Three, 2, 1,
Okay, come down to your
rest.
side. Do a side plank. It's going to be a modified side plank with the bottom
3,
knee on the ground.
2, 1,
We're going to
go.
lift up and start with leg raises. We're going to do this for about half the time, and then we're going to move into clamshells. When we move into clamshells, you can stick with the clamshells, or you can do a hip drop to a leg extension.
Halfway there.
So toes together. I'm doing the leg extension. I'm dropping and then extending. And my modifier in the back, he is just staying with that clamshell.
Three, 2, 1, rest.
And then switch, other side.
3, 2, 1, go.
Come up to the side plank, and you're just gonna lift that right leg and lower. Making sure that your core is braced throughout this entire exercise. If you start to lose that brace, come down and reset, and then come back up to that side plank. Okay, we're about to switch to
Halfway
that
there.
clam, so toes together, open up and kick, open up and kick, or just continue to open and close. That clam, we are externally rotating at the
3,
hip.
2, 1,
Okay.
rest.
Now we've got 10 seconds. We are going to lean back and do
3, 2,
knee drags
1,
as the first
go.
variation. Extend your leg, drag your knees over to the other side and extend. Or you can do more of a windshield wiper motion with straight legs and just move from side to side. So we're just gonna stay here for the whole 50 seconds, not 50 minutes, oh goodness. And then we've got one more exercise.
Halfway there.
$20 seconds to go. And 15.
Three, 2, 1.
Okay, last
rest.
exercise. You're gonna come to the front of your mat and your feet close together, and you are
3,
gonna come up
2,
on your toes. It's an
1,
option.
go.
Lower into a squat slowly, and then do a squat thrust. Come back to toes or heels if you choose to do heels. My modifier's not coming up on his toes. If the squat thrust is just not working for you today, you can just stay in a narrow squat.
Halfway there.
And we have 20 seconds to go.
Three, 2, 1.
And that's it.
Workout complete.
Okay, come to a down dog. Bring your sits bones to the sky. And we're just gonna roll forward. So just like a wave, you're gonna roll forward and drop your hips into an up dog. And then leading with your tailbone, you're gonna roll back. So let's do a few of these. Rolling forward. Dropping your hips and rolling back. Okay, holding here from the tops of your toes, look over your right side and look over your left. Then bring your hands together, squeeze your glutes, lift your upper body, squeezing your shoulder blades together. Hold here for a few seconds and then press back to a child's pose. And that's it for today. Leave me a comment below. Let me know if you tried it. Let me know what other things you'd like to see. And give it a like and subscribe. Thank you.